we're live. Okay. We are having problems with our orientation of our screen, and I think that we are kind of locked into this distance. Oh, well, we'll just do the live like this.
No.
Hi, everyone. Okay,
Let
hold
me
on.
scooch.
Let me scoot this a little bit. Okay, we're trying to set things up a little bit. This is
Sorry.
weird. You guys are just experiencing everything with us, but here we go. Welcome to our first scheduled live. I was trying to orientate my phone so that it was horizontal, and it kept saying that it wasn't working, and we scheduled a live.
The live.
And it wouldn't start the live, and so now I guess we're filming in this format, which is the same format for Instagram.
Yeah.
It's not the best because we have to be really close to each other, but that's okay. We like each other. So, welcome to Amy's Knit Lab. I'm back again for a second live. I can't believe I've done this 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row.
And I brought Julia along. She's been my motivator to kind of go back and do this. So I'm Amy. I am the owner and founder of La Bien Aimée, based here in Paris, France. And this is Julia Taylor. I want to call her Julia Twinnings from the Knitting Twinnings.
You can.
From the Knitting Twinnings podcast that she has with her twin sister Emily. So cute. You guys should all go subscribe.
With you at La Bien Aimée?
Yes, and she does. She works here and she does social media here and just lots of things and helps me and works on the team that's close to me here, which we call the A team.
Because we're the best.
So welcome. If you guys have any questions, the phone is really far away from us. So we'll try to answer questions as they come through. So I think, Julia, you'll be in charge of reading the screen.
My problem is I can't see. Hi, ladies. Melbourne here.
So if you're tuning in, please leave a comment in the comments to let us know where you're tuning in from. I'm always curious to see where people are tuning in from. We have somebody from Rhode Island that's saying hello. Oh, you're beautiful too. Thank you for the compliments. It's so sweet. Good morning. These are just going to be these like weekly lives that that I would like to do to kind of reconnect with the community. I want to get myself off of Instagram and move over here to YouTube. I feel like the community over here is way more fun.
And it's just having 1 minute and 30 seconds to connect with people.
It's not possible.
It's difficult to stay formatted so much. It's just more fun, I think, to,
be organic and just let things go. So these are like
ourselves.
Today's I guess episode, we just planned it like right before we hit live. We're like, let's talk about this, let's talk about that. I want to kind of keep this natural just to like show some of the things that I've been working on, thinking about over the last week. So if you watched last week's live, this is just a continuation of what was going on in our lives, knit-wise, crochet-wise over the last week.
And also I feel like having just a normal, natural discussion, not only is it nicer for people to be a part of, but also like it gives us ideas.
Yes, it really does. It really does. This morning I came to my closet and I was looking at sweaters and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't worn, this is La Prairie by Locatelli. I haven't worn this in a few months. And I'm absolutely loving it. I'm getting ready to go to Madrid, and this is just going straight into my suitcase.
It's perfect because you need a fingering weight cardigan that is not gonna keep you too warm, because even though it's February, like yarn festivals are always
it's always a little warm. But then there's moments where it's cold and you want to be able to take off your knitwear and put it back on. So I've been kind of reaching towards cardigans more. So I think that this one's definitely going to be coming with me. I've knit it cropped, so it looks great over all of my dresses. And it's pink and yellow, which goes with everything that I own. So it's perfect. And I have it coupled with my pattern Le Bandana. So this is Le Bandana Basic Recipe that I kind of knit into like a marled fade. This is one of the first bandanas that I made before I even released the Le Bandana pattern to work out the recipe. And I was looking at this yesterday going like, you know what, this is going to Madrid with me. I'm leaving for Madrid tomorrow and I need a little bandana for traveling. And so this is going to go with me and it's going to be perfect.
Always need a little bandana.
Yeah. And so speaking of a little cutesy thing around the neck, Julia has one.
This is another one of my FOs. I finished this at the end of December and I was super excited to like finish another whip It is a color by Miki Teragaki, and it's called Sonatine. I knit this in La Bien-Aimée Wensley worsted in Sari, and it was such a fun knit. Honestly, it took no time at all. Wow. And I could not love it more. It's super cute. And I'm always so warm that this, I just put a linen top on, put this over it.
It's perfect. And you have this cute little piece. It's almost like a piece of jewelry. I knit this last year, or 2 years ago when I was on the worsted book tour. It was my knitting after every event. I needed something kind of fun and simple to knit that wasn't going to be something that I could put down and pick back up, and that was very relaxing to knit.
It's so cute.
Look at that, she's wearing it backwards. It's so cute. And this was a great pattern. So you only need one skein of Wensley worsted to knit this.
Yes.
Trust me, it's a process. When you're knitting it, you're like looking at it going like, what is going on with this thing?
I was so worried. Oh my gosh, I was so worried because it looks like nothing.
Yes, it's all,
when you're knitting it.
It's all wavy.
It's so crumply as well.
Because of the fast decreases right here to make the scallop edge. Yeah. But you know what? This is where blocking shows it's the magical part of this process.
Exactly. And you really, really have to trust the process.
Yeah.
I kept thinking, it's gonna block out. It's gonna block out. I have to believe it's gonna block out. And guess what? It blocked out perfectly.
And you know what? It's super satisfying to block too.
So satisfying.
Because you go and you pin here just to pull these little petals out. They look like little petals and they just stay put, and it's so beautiful.
Now I keep thinking I want one in confetti because the pattern itself is very simple. There's no motif or anything. So I think making one in confetti would be super cute.
That's a great idea. Great idea. And since the confetti is just a little bit thicker than the Wensley, it'll be a little bit bigger. It's nice.
Yeah.
I love it. So cute.
And yeah, and now it makes me want to cast on all of Miki's other colors.
Yes.
I love them all. Oh my
Miki
gosh.
Teragaki is this designer that I met a few years ago when I traveled to Japan for events, and she is a beautiful knitwear designer. Speaking of that, I have another one of her designs in this book that I've been inspired by. But she makes these beautiful pieces to wear around your neck. She calls them collars, but you can really wear them like Julie is wearing it here. Sometimes I just like to throw one on to have it around my neck just to keep me a little warm. I get unusually cold right here at the top of my back. And I hate having that part of my back exposed. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm growing my hair so long. But also I like having a bandana or a little collar.
Point.
Just something right here. And she makes these cutest little collars. And she made the Campanella shawl, this like cute little shawl that I was wearing last year. It's like this piece that you can just throw onto anything and it just elevates your outfit. So speaking of Miki, she has a design in this book called Metaphysics. This was released by Aimée Rousseau, and it's a Daruma collection from 2024. So Aimée Rousseau produces these books, and she has a design in here, which I'm gonna try to show you guys. Right here, it's a sweater. Where for me, it looks like it's like business in the front and party in the back. It's really hard to tell. You have to look closely here, but there's a ruffle in the back side of the sweater, and it's short and cropped, which is exactly my silhouette. And I love a plain raglan sweater, which is really perfect. And it's mixing weights of yarn, so you can use like a DK worsted or Aran for the main body, and then something from like the Leeks collection. So I think I'm going to do a mix of like maybe Leeks and Little Kumo or something just for the ruffle, and I think I'm going to use Wensley or Corey for the body.
Oh yeah.
So this is a sweater called Sin by Miki Teragaki, and then in this book, there was a second design, so it's the cover design right here, this beautiful slip over. Obviously, the color caught my attention first, so when I got this book, I went immediately to this page to look at it up close, and it is like a layering piece. It is like something that you can just kind of throw on anything, kind of like this collar right here. I love the concept of it. I'm gonna hold that up here so you can see. So beautiful. So it's like, I mean, it's kind of like a dickie. It just kind of comes over like this, goes all the way down, and you can tie it on the side or not. I love the two color combination that they've used here. It really caught my attention. This is like a ribbon that they've knitted, and you can just tie it on the side. And I just can foresee myself wearing this over some of my like long sleeve dresses and things like that as a layering piece. Because again, it's hard for me to wear like pullovers right now. I'm just really hot all the time and I want to be able to take off my knitwear, have a little bit of more free-flowing knitwear while I wear it. And so this was one that caught my attention. This is called Pan, and it's by Maria Jesus Camus. So this is a designer from, I can't remember what
Spain.
Country.
Oh no,
No, South
America.
South America, but I can't remember which country in South America.
I don't remember if it's Chile or Colombia.
Maybe, but we met
Maybe
her.
It's Chile.
Yes.
Because she died.
Yes.
Corralito yarns.
Yes.
And we were opposite. We had a booth opposite theirs in Barcelona. I think was it 3 years ago?
Exactly.
And we fell in love. They had such cute, vibrant colors, lots of pinks, lots of oranges, and we kept looking at their yarn.
I know, it was so cute, and they were so cute. I think it was her and her husband, and they were just so happy and smiley all weekend. We talked with them all weekend long, got to know them a little bit. I've been kind of following her story since then, and she started making designs, and her designs are really, really cool. So her Instagram, I think it's Coralita Yarns.
Isn't it Jesus Knits?
Maybe it's Jesus Knits. In any case, we will go into the notes of this live, and we will add all this information of all these things that we're talking about, so if you guys want to follow up on that. But she's got some really cool designs coming out.
She just released one in the new Aimée book. I'm obsessed with it. I sent it to my housemates in Rhinebeck as like an option for our Rhinebeck sweater, because we are still discussing a lot, and they all responded like, I love it so much, except Emily, obviously, who likes to be contrary, and so this is
it's a possibility for
it's 3 against 1, so you know.
I'm kind of like Emily, you know, I like to knit the sweater that everyone else is not knitting.
Yeah, but this one,
it's very cute.
It's so cute. It's like a penguono, but it has like little ruffles on the sleeves, and it's so like elevated, kind of. I don't know.
It's elegant yet girly, and it's just got all these little design aspects to it that are just, I don't know, makes me want to knit
like
it too.
A fun little
I want one
jacket,
too.
quoi.
Maybe I'll make one too.
Yeah.
So
it's a possibility for a Rhinebeck sweater, which would be so cute.
All right. Well, I'm staying tuned, Julia. So I'm gonna ask her about it again as we move forward towards the fall.
So I don't remember what the name is, but I'll find it and we'll try to include it in the notes. It's Maria Jesus Camus, I guess. Her latest design in the latest issue of Aimée.
Yes. Let's talk about stuff that we talked about last week. So we have this cowl. So if you tuned into the live last week, Julia was working on this cowl and it wasn't finished yet. Was it finished?
It was finished, but it wasn't seamed. It had just gotten off the blocking mat.
Yes.
So it happened shortly after. This is the Plump Top Cowl by Andrea Mari. And it's a sample I knit for La Bien-Aimée in Big Kumo in Anemone and Merino Aran in, I think it's Rust, or is it Caramel?
I think it's Caramel.
Yeah.
We ended up pulling out Caramel. And I just love this color combo. Again, this was inspired by our dear knit friend Vera Valimaki. She put these two colors together while she was knitting at our winter pop-up. And I have been like obsessively thinking about it. Remember I told you I came out, I was like, Julia, we have to knit something in these two colors.
Yeah. She was knitting this beautiful color work
sweater.
Oh
my God, it's perfect.
It's so comfy as well because you have, I used Big Kumo as the background for the brioche. And so.
Can you like do this?
Oh.
Just want to see. Because it's all like the hood rage right now. Oh my God, that is so cute. Stop.
I feel like No Face. You know, from
No Face from
No Face.
Yeah, from Spirited Away. Oh my gosh, you can be No Face, I'll be Shihiro. Oh my God, that's adorable.
It is super adorable. And the Big Kumo is on the inside, so it is so comfy and soft and warm.
Wow, I think I need to make one. I need one of Flora Morganite and Yellow Brick Road. Put my two favorite colors together. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And by the way, tomorrow's the last day for our promotion, and these yarns are on promotion right now. So this is Big Kumo and Aran, Merino Aran.
And it's just one skein of each.
One of each. One for one.
I knit according to pattern, except my gauge was a little bit smaller because I knit at a Aran gauge instead of bulky. So I just added 2 repeats. It's pretty much 2 extra rows of the brioche. It's very easy to adapt. And it came out perfect.
It blocked out really well because it actually kind of grew just a teeny bit and it laid down flat and it's perfect.
So brioche is always gonna flatten when you block it.
Yeah.
But you do really need to block it because I feel like especially all the gaps fill in with the fluffy yarns.
So good. Look at that side. Ah, love it. Yay. So speaking of Big Kumo, you were telling me this morning that you picked up the button band on what?
So I did not bring it today because frankly, it is too big. But I have a whip that I'm almost done with. I am knitting this one, this adorable little cardigan. It's the Boxy Raglan Cardi by Joji Locatelli. Oh, another Joji cardigan.
Yes, another Joji. Sending out some love to Joji.
You knit it in blanc et noir.
Yes.
With short sleeves, and it's super cute. As soon as I tried yours on, I thought I need one.
It kind of happened to everyone in the office.
We all did it.
When the sample came off the needles, we were all trying it on, and I was trying to figure out how to style it, and then everyone took turns trying it on.
Lolita knit one in 3 days.
I know. Literally. That's how quickly. I mean, she does knit a lot. She knits a lot. This is a fast knit. It grows pretty quickly, right?
Yes. It doesn't really require that much yarn. Mine I'm making out of 4 skeins of Big Kumo. And Big Kumo is an Aran, so it's 116.
And you're doing it in one color.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so I'm knitting mine in all Sari in this color, and I finished the sleeves, I finished the bodies, and last night I just picked up for the button band and I knit the first row, and I like how you did a thin band as well.
Yeah, I didn't do my button band as wide as the original. I actually edited it a lot. This is like a cropped version.
This is the Aimée version of the
short sleeve. Like I
cardi.
said, I just cannot wear really hot sweaters anymore, and so I'm looking for cardigans, but I love this yarn so much. This was a perfect compromise. It makes the cutest little vest, and it looks so elegant over all my dresses.
It's because it's thick and fluffy, but it's not like, I don't know how to say, it's not overly thick, and it's not...
Well, I'm wearing it very close to my size. So I think the reason why it works for me is that I picked the size of the boxy raglan that's closest to my bust size. I did not want to build in any extra ease because of the bulk from the yarn. The bulk of the Big Kumo is already going to make it look like a little bit bigger on my body, so I didn't want to add any ease. So that's kind of my secret. Is a lot of people ask me, like, how do you get your sweaters to fit so well? It's like I try to pick the size that's closest to my bust. This one too, if you looked at La Prairie, the way that Joji wears it, she wears it with more ease than I do.
Yes, more oversized.
Yeah, more oversized, and I bring it more in and try to pick the size that's closest to my bust. So I'm a 48-inch bust. I generally aim for a 50-inch, 52. I generally don't go above that. Unless the sweater is made to be worn oversized, then I will highly crop it.
Yes.
Just to kind of compensate that.
And even then, if it's like a drop shoulder sweater that is meant to have a lot of ease, usually you reduce the amount of ease. Like if it's recommended 40 centimeters,
yes,
you would do 25.
Yes,
usually.
Yes, exactly. And I keep the sleeves fitted, so these short sleeves are very close to my upper arm circumference here, and my La Prairie as well. I made sure that the sleeves were fitted. Visually, it just kind of gives me a prettier silhouette.
It's more flattering.
Yeah, definitely. And I like that.
Me too. I like fitted sleeves.
Yes. Yes.
So mine is almost done.
So soon we're gonna see this. Maybe after I get back from Madrid.
Definitely next week it will be done because I have. So the pattern says to pick up to do like it's a thicker color band. But
it's two times longer than what we did here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm definitely, déjà, one, I'm running out of yarn. I knit the whole thing, like, because I knew I had 4 skeins of Sari, and so I wanted to make it fit into those 4 skeins.
Yes.
So I knit the body, I put the body on hold at the end of the second skein. I knit both sleeves out of 1 skein.
Yeah.
And then I finished the body. And I had 40 grams left for the baton band, but that's a lot of stitches right there to pick up.
It is a lot.
So I can tell I'm not going to be able to make a really thick baton band. And honestly, I want the same as yours. So
really nice. And we knit the buttonholes, but then I ended up not putting any buttons on it.
Oh, right.
So
yeah, I'm not going to put any buttonholes.
Don't do that. I didn't put any buttons on mine, so.
I made mine a bit more oversized than yours, so I'm definitely wearing it open.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm super excited. My boxy raglan curly is almost done.
That's exciting.
Very exciting.
So last week, Julia talked about how she's becoming a monogamous knitter, and she is really focusing on and finishing her projects, and that inspired me to pick up some of my old whips. But also, I have a lot of design ideas that have been kind of bubbling in my mind. So for me now, I feel really proud last weekend because I actually swatched for 4 designs, and I'm super excited. And I thought I would just share a little bit of my process and how I kind of get towards actually sitting down and writing a new design. So I have an idea of using a crochet granny square in a DK weight. So this is Corey worsted, and I'm knitting a big granny square right now. And I would like to integrate this somehow into a vest. So actually what I'm doing right now is I'm doing a big gauge swatch. I'm gonna finish. Actually, I want to see how big of a granny square I can crochet with 1 skein of Corey worsted. So I picked up my favorite color because it motivates me to use this color. This is Yellow Brick Road on Corey worsted. And now I am just knitting a huge granny square. And it's been really nice to take this around with me because I can just pick it up and put it down, pick it up and put it down. And crochet relaxes me. I've also, I don't know what I did, but I hurt so last year it was this elbow that hurt. I got it fixed. This year it's this elbow that's hurting. And so for some reason, knitting this way, and I throw like this, and so it's been kind of bothering my elbow. So I've been crocheting, so that means that I'm taking care of the yarn in my left hand. It's just giving this elbow a rest. So, yeah, I don't know. Getting old. I gotta go see the doctor again. But anyway, so I'm working on this granny square, and then I also had an idea of making like a textured bandana. So I made 2 swatches.
They look so funny.
Well, they're like the beginning of the bandana, right? And in a textured stitch, and they're both a little different. And every time I'm meeting somebody new, I haven't done this to you yet. I show you and I say, which one do you like better? So maybe you can have a look, you can see. They're a little different. The motif is like a kind of a weaving motif. I got inspired by Nancy Marchant with her weaving intarsia that she's been doing. But I'm doing mine in all 1 color. And I was just playing around with the width of the stitches, either using 2 stitches or 3 stitches, and then doing a combination of 3 stitches and 2 stitches. And also keeping in mind what would be fun to knit and not too hard. So one of these is harder than the other because you have to remember the different switching between knitting 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And then one of them is very easy because it's just like knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, kind of the same sequence over and over again. Also, I played around with the thickness of the edge of each of the swatches. One swatch has a thicker edge, and I was kind of like, that looks a little clunky. I don't really like it. And then I cast on the second one here with a little bit of a more, 1 stitch less. It's really just, it's just the story of taking away 1 stitch. It really makes a difference. So I thought it looked a little bit more elegant. I'm going to block these, and we'll take some photos, and we'll talk about it. I used our Prism yarn, which is our recycled woolen spun yarn, and this color, I can't remember. I keep wanting to call it Yellow Brick Road, but it's not.
I think it's called Citrine.
It's called Citrine, and I love it. This is like a super fine merino that's been woolen spun with our recycled bits of La Bien-Aimée, and when you look at it, it looks like a little prism of colors inside.
Yeah,
it's
I was
so
like,
soft.
That's not Corey worsted.
No.
I was like, is this Helix Helsingorn? But no.
No, it's Prism. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
So I need to wet block these right now. So this is what they look like, not blocked. I really think it's going to transform once I wet block them.
I know which one like the best.
We'll come back and talk about this maybe when I get back from Madrid. So, all right, Julie, what else do you got to share?
Oh, well, I already showed this in a reel yesterday.
No, but we talked about it last week, but I think you need to show it.
I'm very happy with my progress on my cherry sweater.
Oh, so good.
I'm not so far because I'm finishing my boxy raglan cardi. That's my priority. Finish. I allowed myself to cast this on because of the warehouse sale, and I was excited to try.
Yeah, this was your purchase from the warehouse sale. Yeah.
Yes. But really, my goal was always to finish my cardigan before I start this. So I still did start. I did all the color work for the. So this is like the collar, the neck, and then I'm finishing the short rows, and then I just have to knit the raglan. So I think that's gonna be a super cool and easy project to work on. I'm very excited about it. So I'm knitting the cherry sweater by Midori Hirose, and I'm using La Bien-Aimée Onyx Held Double. So this is the black core.
Yeah, you can really see the black core shining through right there. Looks so good.
I love this yarn.
Beautiful.
I'm very, very excited for this project. It's a Midori pattern that was on my list for this year.
We got super inspired by Midori Heroes. There's going to be a lot of Midori Hirose sweaters at our spring pop-up.
I have a sweater quantity at home for a ranunculus that I got at our last spring pop-up. And yeah, I'm just so inspired by her. I love everything
make a ranunculus
she does.
too. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Ranunculus is happening for me this year. This has been like the #1 pattern on Ravelry.
Yes, forever.
So I gotta knit one. What else has happened? Let's see. I recently released a new bandana pattern I wanted to talk about. So this is the dark version.
Love this version.
Hold that one. So cute.
Drama.
So this is Marled Stripes. I released this in January at a Time to Remember event with Mayak. And this is the dark neon version. And then there's the light version as well, using the same color stripes. This base color is Felix Noir. And then we used As If, Fleur Morganite, Hella, and Buzz, and Anemone. Right. For the stripes. And I actually started this quite a long time ago, so it was very, very satisfying to release this in January because I had been thinking about this design. It's completely reversible. So one side is stockinette and this other side is reverse stockinette, and then when you flip it around it's the exact opposite. So this one, and it's knit a little bit bigger, so oops, sorry. You can really
it's a really good size for a bandana.
Yeah, it's a really good size. And honestly, all the bandanas can be modified to knit to this size.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I think I modified all of mine.
I modify them too. Yeah. And a lot of people sometimes make them smaller or bigger. And all you have to do is just knit the depth of the triangle to the depth that you'd like your bandana to be. Super easy. We have kits for this on our online store, and I mean, I have been seeing some really great combinations.
Yes, people are tagging you on Instagram, and so it's really cool to see them come up.
Really cool.
I think someone bought one kit, like the dark one, and then they bought one skein of Felix in Avoine in a light color, because you have yarn left over for your stripes.
Yes.
So they're doing the light one using the leftovers of the minis.
Yes, you definitely have enough with the leftover minis of the stripes to make
a second one. You just need another skein of the main color.
Yep.
And so you can get the two different versions using one kit and one extra skein.
Super fun, super easy to, very relaxing to knit. You just have to remember, 6 rows of this color, 8 rows of this other color, and that's it. And you can go.
It's a really cool one.
I really, really like this design. So this is called Marled Stripes, and it's on Ravelry right now. And we have yarn online. We also have the Felix, Helix, and Alix on promotion right now.
Oh,
the
yes,
minis are not on promotion, but the 100-gram skeins of the Leaks collection, so Helix, Felix, and Alix, are at 30% off until tomorrow.
It's true.
At 3 o'clock Paris time.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much there is left online.
Well, you have to go and check it out. I also wanted to talk
doing
about
the pop-ups. How did you find space for it and the process of doing it?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
So the pop-up shop was an idea that came to me because I was missing my boutique. So La Bien-Aimée in the first years in 2015, when I started the yarn brand, I also had a little boutique attached to it. And a couple years later, I moved to a bigger boutique, which was here in the 13th. And we had to close, and after COVID happened, it was just too difficult to keep the shop open. And after a few years of like kind of being in the routine of having the atelier, I started thinking about how much I missed having a shop front, seeing the clients come in and go shopping. A lot of people were new to La Bien-Aimée and they had never seen the brand, and they were like, how can we come and shop your yarn and see it in person? And so I got the idea of starting a pop-up shop, or in French we call it a boutique éphémère. And so we started in the spring of 2023. Was that the first time?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We did one in 2023, 2 last year.
Yeah. Okay, so 2023, spring 2023 was the first one.
Oh, the release of Neons and Neutrals.
Yes.
We did it right after.
Exactly. And so I had just come off book tour, and it was like, okay, let's like profit from the fact that I was having this book tour happen. We're going to do a pop-up in Paris where people could come and see the samples, get their book signed. We could talk about knitting. It was a really amazing pop-up.
Yes.
It was also the first time that we were setting up a pop-up. So you have to imagine organizing a pop-up shop is like organizing a festival for 2 weeks straight. That's kind of what it was like.
Opening a boutique at the same time, kind of.
Well, we found a space that we rented in the center of Paris. And so we rented the space for 2 weeks, and we had to move everything into this space and set everything up. So if you imagine if you work, if you do a show like Vogue Knitting Live or something where you go and set up a booth, it's kind of the same idea as going to set up a booth and selling. But instead of only selling for 3 or 4 days, we did it for 2 weeks straight. And Julie and I had no idea.
It's true. The first one, we did it just the 2 of us.
I mean, we had help from other people on our teams to set everything up, but then we thought, oh, we'll be there every day.
Yeah.
Just the 2 of us. When I think back to that, we were crazy.
Well, yeah, but we kind of had a good time at the same time.
We had a good time. We were shattered.
But that first day, we had no idea what we were in for. We were not able to take a break for lunch or something until late in the afternoon.
We couldn't even go to the bathroom.
No, it was crazy. Thank God Julien had stayed.
Yeah. So immediately my husband had come to make sure that, everything was functioning with the register. And then he saw all the people there and he was like, I'm not leaving you guys. So he stayed. And then after that, we were like, help, au secours. We called our team here at LBA and we were like, all right, we need people to come at lunchtime so that we can eat lunch.
Yes.
We need people to come at this time so that we can go to the bathroom. And so we figured things out all right, now we need to have people coming in. So this next pop-up rolls around and we make a schedule.
Yes, this time we knew what to expect. So we knew just the 2 of us was not enough.
It's so funny. Every time I think back to it, it's just so funny. I mean, we didn't really know. I guess if it was like a show like Knit Eat where we had a booth, we could have managed it for 3 or 4 days. But for 2 weeks straight, it wasn't possible. So luckily here at LBA, everybody's team player. So it was super fun. We had people from different departments coming in to help. And it was a really good time, the second pop-up. And each pop-up we learn and we get better. I feel like this last pop-up we did, we were all like rock stars on everything. Super organized.
Very organized.
We knew where all the stock was. Yeah. We had the right enough amount of people to do the setup. We did the setup in half the time that we thought we were going to do it.
The good thing about being disorganized means we were way less tired.
Yes, for sure. And it's going to be the same thing for this pop-up that's coming in May. I feel really confident. We are well advanced on the planning. We just need to get all the yarn pulled together and bring it over there and set it up.
It's our 4th time doing it now.
Yes.
We know what to expect. We know what we need when we're there. And it feels comfortable.
Yeah, it feels comfortable. We have our team of people who come to help, and one of my favorite aspects is the mixing of all of our team members here at LBA, but also the fact that we get to invite all these special guests.
Yes.
The winter pop-up, we had Midori Hirose and Vera Valimaki
Oh, it was so exciting.
It felt so special to spend a week with each of these designers and to be able to be immersed in their world. This spring, I mean, I feel like I kind of want to spill the beans.
So we haven't announced anything, but we've been, this week I've been responding to emails because people are planning their trip.
Okay, I'm going to spill the bean, guys, because we already have everything confirmed with our guests. So the guests for our spring pop-up are going to be Nadia Cretin-Lechen. She's going to be coming from Switzerland. She is a designer that I have been working with for over 10 years. So even before I started La Bien-Aimée,
Yeah, you already worked.
She collaborated with me in my first book, Worsted. We collaborate every year in June for her birthday, and she makes a birthday shawl using La Bien-Aimée, and she has made countless beautiful garments in La Bien-Aimée, accessories, things that I wear all the time.
Yes.
So she'll be coming, and we'll be doing a special roundtable discussion with her and just talking about knitting, and you'll get to see the vast depth of her work. We're going to have all of her samples that are knit in LBA, so you can see her work. We will also have Marianne Meunier. So this is a French designer. She's kind of local to us. Like
yes.
She's in the Région Parisienne.
Yeah.
And she is a prolific designer. She designs with lots of yarns, but she does use La Bien-Aimée a lot. She makes beautiful garments that are easy to wear. Every time I wear one of her pieces out, people come up and stop me and be like, what is this sweater? I've never seen it before.
The fit is always perfect.
Fit is perfect.
Details are great. She chooses great colors as well, I feel like.
And I have to say, for women like Julie and I, who are a little bit more round, Marianne takes that into account into her design.
Because she is also curvy like us. So she designs for her own body, which looks like ours.
Looks like our body, so all of her sweaters fit us.
For us, it's so easy. We already know what it's gonna look like. She shows it on her body, and you know, she has great fit, great fit.
Yeah, so definitely I look to Marianne for fit, and also she uses really cute little design elements that just make the sweaters very special. So that we have those two designers joining us.
That's exciting.
And we have a special designer coming all the way from Japan named Tomomi Mimura. So if you follow me on Instagram, I've been sharing in my stories, she does embroidery. And she makes these little creatures on embroidery, and she has this technique that she uses that is just so beautiful. She is called Mimster Maid on Instagram. So if you don't know who she is, go and discover her world. She posts photos of her work, and she will be coming to give a special workshop and have a meet and greet. And we also have the pleasure of hosting Yona Helen, the editor-in-chief of Lina magazine.
Because Tomomi last year published a book with Lina magazine called Tiny Friends. And it's all little animals made in her mosaic embroidery technique. It is so cute.
It is so cute. All right, so I promise for the next live that we will have some little pieces to show you of Tomomi's work. I will bring the book over. We'll talk about it. I had not planned to spill the beans for the pop-up today, but it's happening. So this is why these lives are really cool for me, because I feel like talking about this today. So let's keep going, because that is the first week.
That's the first weekend. On the Friday, Friday, May 16th, it will be Marianne Meunier and Nadia Cretin-Lechen with us at the shop. And then on the Saturday, May 17th, we will have Tomomi and Yona with us. But then the second weekend, we have different plans.
We have different plans. So I'm always all about showing inspiration on how to use our yarn in different ways. And I have been super inspired by this Parisian, I guess I'm going to call him a designer, textile designer, who does weaving. Here, his name is Mathieu Le Traillon. And okay, I see that people are asking for us to repeat the names and everything. We're gonna put all of this in the comments below this live when we post on YouTube, so that you can go and click through. So coming back, Mathieu Le Traillon is gonna be joining us with his weaving loom. And he's going to be doing live weaving of La Bien-Aimée yarn, and he's gonna be showing designs that he's made. And because I'm so inspired by his weaving, obviously this made me think of my good friend and mentor and just general inspiration in general in knitwear, Nancy Marchand will be joining us. So Nancy Marchand, because I have to say her last name Marchand the French way.
Yeah, it sounds French.
Yes, she will be joining us. And obviously, if you follow Nancy, she's been doing these intarsia techniques with weaving, intarsia, and knitting, and it's just...
Knit weaving?
Knit weaving, I don't know. She's got her own terms for it, but using the intarsia technique and lots of colors. And so we will have Nancy Marchand joining us the second weekend.
Yeah, so that second weekend is going to be all about weaving.
Yes. Yes.
You know, it reminds me, one of our good clients, last time she told me, you guys are influencing us to start spinning and crocheting. What's next? Weaving? Are you guys going to bring back weaving?
And then we sat there, we were like, okay, let's be quiet. Because by then we had already planned this. We had already planned it.
Yeah,
that was a good call.
Amy's bringing weaving. Yeah.
Yes. And so I have very basic knowledge of weaving. I've done some weaving with a little lap loom, you know, something that's small that just kind of sits on your lap. But I'm always awe-inspired by people who weave. I wear a lot of my dresses that you guys really like in my photos are all woven fabrics that have been made into dresses. And so this has always been something that's kind of inspired me as an artist. So that's exciting to have a whole weekend about weaving on the second weekend of the pop-up.
I think it's going to be an incredible discovery.
Yes.
For our clients.
Yes, absolutely. Especially since Mathieu is going to have his weaving loom there. You're going to actually be able to observe him weaving and ask questions and just see him doing that. So we have a question that came in.
And Marie says, I dabbled in weaving and it was the most relaxing craft I've ever done.
Oh, I love that. I love that. A lot of knitters weave. I have a very good client and friend, Marla. She knits a ton, but she also weaves.
Her weaving is beautiful.
Her weaving is beautiful. She gifted me a scarf a couple years ago that she had woven in La Bien-Aimée, and it is the most cherished thing. It is so beautiful. So you can absolutely weave hand-dyed yarns. I highly recommend it. So
you can also weave with handspun.
Yes.
A lot of spinners start weaving because it's a great way to use your handspun yarn. So I've been looking at stuff, but I've never tried it.
Well, we'll get to pick Mathieu and Nancy's brain. Nancy actually has a vast background in weaving as well. So I'm super excited for these 2 inspiring weekends during our pop-up. So our pop-up dates are May 14th through the 26th. Is that right?
I think it's...
Or is it 13th?
13th to 24.
Sorry. Let's get this right because I might be saying the wrong
May 13th to the 24th.
Okay. May 13th through the 24th. We will put all the details in the comments below.
And these dates are already on our website. We haven't opened... the tickets for the ticketed events that we are going to
We're going to be opening that very soon, actually.
Very soon, yes.
In March.
Early March, I think, is when we are going to do all the official announcements and the ticket releases and everything. Right now, we are just trying to move forward with the warehouse.
Yes, the warehouse has been kind of monopolizing our minds, but starting next week, we're going to really be focusing 100% on the pop-up.
Yes.
So if you're subscribed to our newsletter, that'll be the first place that we're going to announce all the ticket sales. So that if you want to get it first, Instagram is a place that we're obviously going to be sharing information, but it is not going to be our go-to anymore. We are going to use newsletter. We've always used newsletter.
Yes.
And YouTube.
Yeah.
So you're going to start to see more and more important stuff here on YouTube, but always first in the newsletter. We're going to go back to our format of our newsletter coming out every Friday at 4 o'clock. The idea is that I write you a letter that comes at the end of day Friday so that over the weekend when you're home knitting and, you know, you can open the newsletter and read it. It usually is a newsletter that doesn't require more than 1 or 2 minutes to read. It's not very, and it's very charged full of photos and hopefully inspiration. And we'll definitely be sharing more of the process of setting up the pop-up. I think people are interested. I think we should talk about it a little bit.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a great question. Thank you. I see that there's lots of people still tuning in. I think we have somebody, is that from India?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi. So it's 11:45. It's almost lunchtime. I think that we should finish by noon today. Do we have anything else to talk about? Oh, I do. I actually want to show. So
Yes.
I showed you the designs that I wanted to knit here from Metaphysics, but I'm also starting a new workbook. This book called The Artist Way by Julia Cameron. So this, I remember when this book came out, I think I was in college. And at the time I was in a different path on my creativity. And the concept of this book is that anybody can be creative and everyone is an artist. And so it's something that I'm going to work on. It has like prompts and tasks and concepts that I want to read through. And so I just got this book. So I'm going to start working through this book myself. And
what does it mean, workbook?
Workbooks, actually, you're actually going to do some work in the book.
Like you
it's
have
like homework.
Exercises.
You have exercises and homework to do. So I'm going to work through this, and I thought it would be a fun way for us to check in here on YouTube. Maybe Julie, you want to do it with me? It could be fun.
I've never heard of it.
I just literally got the book yesterday, so I'm taking it with me. I'm going to Madrid tomorrow, so this is going to be my reading on the airplane, and I'm gonna dig in. If any of you have done The Artist Way, by Julia Cameron, please chime in into the comments.
The audiobook is really good too, says Anne-Marie.
Oh, great. Okay.
Maybe I'll listen to the audiobook. I would be interested.
Wonderful.
See you on Friday in Madrid.
Oh, yay. We have some knitters that are going to meet me in Madrid. So yeah, so these are the two books that I've been kind of looking at this week. I feel like this format for YouTube will be a great way for us to check in week to week and talk about stuff. Sometimes it might not be weekly, depending if I'm traveling or not.
This is good. Yeah, this is, if you're here, then we'll do it. If you're away, but we are in good time zones, we can do like a double live on Instagram or something.
Yes, yes. And we're going to look into stuff because like we scheduled this live and then at like 2 minutes before I was like, Julie, how do we start this schedule live?
You have to do it once and try it, right?
But I'm going to film some footage of Madrid next week. So I've learned from Julia and Emily that you could just use your iPhone to film stuff. You don't need a professional setup.
Some people use professional stuff, but I think
you guys use your phone and it looks so good.
iPhones are just so advanced technologically, I think.
I, for some reason, had it blocked in my mind that I needed to have like a semi-professional rig set up or something like that. And that kind of just like put me off a little bit. I was like, I can't carry around another thing with me. No. But if I can use my iPhone, I'm going to film some footage while I'm in Madrid. I'm very excited for this trip to Madrid because this is the first time that I'm going for an event and that my daughter's going to come with me. So she is studying.
It's going to be so cute.
Oh, so cute.
Having your little interpreter as well.
She's studying Spanish in school as her third language. And so we are going to go to Madrid together and spend the weekend. I'm going to work the show, but she's going to come with me. She's so like on top of it. We've been reviewing all the vocabulary, all the knitting vocabulary in Spanish.
Perfect.
And so, yeah, it's going to be great. So she'll spend the weekend with me at the festival, and then we'll have a day and a half together in Madrid. And she's planned out our whole itinerary.
Oh, that's so cool.
Of all the things that we're going to do in Madrid together. So, yeah, very excited for that. So I'm sure that I will probably vlog some of the things that we're doing, and I would love to share that with you guys here.
Yeah, I think vlogs are really like my favorite thing to watch now. As like a YouTube watcher, I watch travel vlogs so much. Like right now, I'm really into Japan travel vlogs. And it's such a cool thing to watch when you're knitting.
Yeah.
It's like, traveling yourself. So I write
Are these vloggers knitters too?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I just watch like regular travel vlogs. Yeah. And
that's cool.
Yeah.
I've never thought to do that, but my best friend does that too. She likes to watch travel vlogs.
I think it's a great way of preparing your next, travel, your next journey.
All right, maybe I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
I'll give it a
try. So vlogging is really fun, and knit vlogs are the best.
Knit vlogs have been around for a long time, and I have been known to tune into knit vlogs. I love to just sit down and knit. And not like sometimes I just don't want to watch TV anymore. There's like only so many shows you can watch. So it's nice to kind of sit down and say like someone's gone to a festival that I haven't been to. So it'll be nice to see what they say about it or what it looks like.
Definitely.
Someone's asking how old is she? My daughter she's 15. She's 15. So we're leaving tomorrow and we're going to fly to Madrid. It's the school holidays next week. So it's exciting that she gets to come with me. Maybe this fall when I travel, my son will get to travel with me. I don't know. We'll see. It's my kids are 15 and 17. So they're older. So they're at this age where they can definitely come along with me and I can do some work and I don't have to like take care of them. And they can go off and do, explore by themselves. So pretty exciting. Pretty exciting.
Super.
I wonder if there's anything else we should talk about. I think I just had my crochet. I'm just working on a huge crochet swatch right now in Corey worsted. This is one skein of Corey worsted. I want to see how big of a granny square I can make. And so I'm just
still have quite a lot, huh?
Yeah, I think this is good. I'm going to see how far this goes.
I think you probably will be able to do the whole.
Yeah, and so this is an idea for a vest. I don't know. I have to figure out how to make the squares connect to each other. It's going to be a mix of crochet and knitting. But yeah, I'm going to use up this whole skein to see how big the granny square is. And I just love how this is coming out. So look at the nuances of the color here. Can't wait to block this. I'm pretty happy with my gauge. And this has been really fun to just pick up and put down. So I'll take this with me to Madrid. I was thinking about taking my lento, but it's actually kind of big.
Yeah, because you're at the bottom
I'm
of
at
the
the
body.
bottom of the body, and so I need something a little bit smaller that I can throw in.
At the same time, you could start, but knitting, you can't knit sleeves when you're at a festival.
No.
Maybe for like the evening or something, or the plain.
The evenings I'm going to be with Alix, and we're going to be doing stuff.
Yeah.
The plain, I am trying to be a minimalist traveler and not bring so much stuff with me. She's traveled with me. She knows I just take everything. So I think I'm going to work on this. This will keep me busy all weekend. I have a second skein that I need to crochet. So I'm going to bring this along with me.
Yeah, definitely.
And plus in Spain, everybody crochets. I love seeing all the crochet.
Yeah.
When I go to Spanish festivals.
Yeah,
so.
It's really inspiring to see when I get the chance to travel with you and to go abroad. It's super interesting to see what people knit and crochet in other places. And it's true, in Spain, they're great crocheters.
Yes.
They love bright colors.
Yes.
It's super fun.
Yes.
I love bright colors too, so
Me too.
always get super inspired.
So we're going to be having some great kits in Madrid. We're going to be making kits for Le Triangle as well.
Yeah, so it's going to be all about crochet.
Here's my Le Triangle. I should show that. So this is my crochet shawl that I released last fall for a woolen affair, using all the colors from the vendors who were vending at a woolen affair. And so this is just a half granny with this really cute little scalloped edge here. And so I'm taking this with me. This is definitely going to come with me on my trip. I'm going to pull this out. But yeah, it'll be nice. Maybe I'll start another Le Triangle while I'm there.
I need another one because I haven't crocheted in a while. And
we should do it in Merino Sport. We should do it in Merino Sport because we make Merino Sport in minis. And I think Merino Sport crocheted up would be super great. I love this outfit already. Look at this. It's my outfit for Madrid. All right, we are 6 minutes away from noon, and we said that we would finish by noon because, lunch is going to be here soon. Alix is coming on over to the studio, so I want to spend some time with my daughter. But thank you for joining us for the live. Thank you, Julia, for joining me in the live. And if you have any questions, just pop them into the comments. We absolutely adored all the comments you guys left on our last live.
On the last video, like in the evening, we would read each other your comments and just...
It was really sweet. Thank you.
So
I didn't
sweet.
expect that. I did not expect. See, this is why I really think that YouTube is a better place for us, because Instagram, I feel like nobody's seeing anything that we work really hard to post. And
it's difficult because we've been working on Instagram for a long time.
Yeah.
We've reached 150,000 followers, and that's not nothing.
Yeah.
It's been like years and years of building.
Yes.
It's difficult to say.
We're not going to throw all that away. We'll keep posting over there, but it's really nice to see the engagement and the comments over here in YouTube. So thank you. And please feel free to post questions if there's things that you guys would like to see that will influence me for the next live, because I generally read the comments before I go live to see if there's anything that people have asked questions for. And so I will talk about it. So I'll be very willing to take recommendations if there's things you guys want to see.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We started back the YouTube channel because we did a survey a few weeks ago, and the vast majority of responses we got was we want more content on YouTube and more video content. So we were like, yeah, no problem, we'll do it.
All right, we're doing it. We're doing it.
So if you have any questions or would like to see something from Aimée or from us, just post it in the comment and we'll definitely make a note of it.
We'll make a note of it. It's really easy to get in touch with us. We read all the comments.
Yes.
Also, if you're subscribed to our newsletter, just respond to our newsletter.
Yep.
Julie and I read all those emails. It doesn't go to a fake email box. It actually comes right back into our email boxes.
Oh, yeah.
And we read those.
We don't have any robots working here. It's
No.
us reading the emails.
Absolutely. And we love to hear from you. So thank you. Let's stay in touch. Let's make 2025 all about staying connected.
Connection.
Yeah. One of my goals for this year, I'm not using the word resolution or anything like that. One of my goals for this year is to have more fun. And this is fun. I'm really, really happy that we started this again. So I would love to hear from you. It would be really fun to hear from you. And I will write back. So thank you.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. I'll see you in Madrid if you're going to be there. And we'll tune in next week. We'll set up, if we can schedule a live, we'll schedule it on YouTube and let you know when we're going to go live again. So.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you guys. Bye. How do we stop? Here we go.
Oh, here.
End.